Yup. What up, my good people in the YouTube world and beyond? Y'all already know who it is, already know what it is. This is the Outlier B, and I'm right back about you cats with another, another video. What's going on? How y'all doing today, man? I'm chilling, just letting the record reflect. Shout out to my people over there on Figueroa in LA. Shout out to my boy, Schoolboy Q, all those cats over there. I got that terminology from them. So shout out to them brothers, man. What's going on? How are y'all doing? How was your night? Did you cats watch that game last night, y'all? Did you guys watch the game last night? We're gonna get into it, but we're gonna get into it a little later. I'm gonna tell you guys how I spent the night, what exactly happened, and we're gonna get into it, my people. We're gonna get into it. But we got somebody on the check-in. Chick Dog said, "What's up from Boston?" OG. What's going on, my brother? What's going on? How you feeling today? Straight from Boston. What part of Boston are you from? What part of Boston are you from? I just came back from Boston like a couple months ago. I went down there to visit, chilled a little bit, wanted to see the neighborhood, see the neighborhood because I used to date a girl. She was from Cambridge, Massachusetts. She was from Cambridge. This was back in college. So I used to go back and forth out there, drive back and forth. It's not too far of a ride from New York City. So me and her would go back and forth, and we broke up. And I haven't been back to Boston in like 10 to 12 years, man. So I went down there, chilled at the Ritz. It was a beautiful motel. I went to a very nice restaurant that had some real good steak there. It was good. My hotel was right outside of Fenway, right outside of Fenway. So the person came on, Chick Dog said Charlestown. Okay, I never been to Charlestown. I don't know too much about Boston, but I do know it is a city that I definitely like visiting. It was cool. I went down to like a little area where they had fancy shops where you could look at a bunch of boutique shops, but they were like brownstones. It seemed like brownstones, and that was the first time that I experienced anything like that. Because out here in New York, usually what you're gonna get when you see high end fashion, most likely is gonna be inside of a mall. You also have like downtown areas out here in New York with skyscrapers and things like that. But I've never seen anything like what they had in Boston, and it was definitely cool, man. Definitely cool. Somebody on the check-in, Dakota Moody said hello. What's going on? What's going on? And then Chick Dog said, "Oh, nice, the Ritz." Yeah, it was definitely nice. Definitely nice area, man. Nice area, and it was cool. I definitely would go back to Beantown. Definitely would go back to Boston. So shout out to the people there. You know. But how was y'all night, man? How did everybody sleep last night? How did everybody sleep? I'm on my way to work. Y'all know how I do. I got to catch a 5 o'clock train from Freeport, Long Island, and we headed over there to Queens on our way to work. And what are y'all doing today? What are y'all doing today? Somebody said, "What's up?" I came from India. Somebody said, "Good." Denise Den said, "Good." Uh, Homie from India, what up? What up? What up? I get a few people from India, so shout out to my people in India. I think it is the afternoon out there, right? The afternoon out there. So I hope your day is doing fine. Hope your day is doing fine. We got my boy Big Mott. He said, "No sleep till Brooklyn." Shout out, no sleep till Brooklyn. Shout out to Big Mott. He on the check-in. That's my boy. Y'all already know what it is. Uh, Chick Dog said, "Couldn't sleep after that Knicks game. What a comeback." We got somebody else that said they are from the UK. I get a bunch of people from the UK too. So shout out to my brothers in the UK. I talk about all my favorite boxers from the UK whenever somebody in the UK come through. But I definitely want to go out there, man. I keep telling y'all I want to see a boxing match in the UK. I know they got this tradition where they sing Sweet Caroline. right before the boxing match. I think that's the coolest thing in the world, yo. I think that's one of the coolest things in the world. I remember watching some Ricky Hatton fights from back in the day, and they prior to the fight, they get into that sweet Caroline. Uh, uh, uh. Good times never felt so good. Then you see they go around the crowd, everybody drunk, they drinking, and they having fun. The fight about to start. I'm telling you, that's one of the illest things in sports right there. When you watch a fight in the UK or you watch a fight that's televised from the UK, and the whole damn arena is singing that damn Sweet Caroline joint. It's hilarious, you know what I mean? We got Dempsey said it's the late afternoon. He's speaking about India. It's the late afternoon in India. So shout out to that brother. Hopefully your day is good. We got somebody on the check-in. Some dude 42 said, I just watched Fences 2016 with Denzel Washington. Relatable. I hear you. Fences is a classic. Fences is definitely a classic. It's a funny story, right? We read Fences in the 9th grade out here in New York. That was one of the required reading. And we basically had different people play different parts. And the girl who I wound up dating in the 12th grade, the person who played my girlfriend in the 9th grade when we was in the class. So the teacher just put us together, was like, yo, you read this part out loud, and then she read that part out loud. And we ain't know each other at the time. We wouldn't even really chill with each other until the 12th grade. And then, you know, one thing led to another. And that was my girl throughout my 12th grade year in high school. But we first started meeting. The first time we met was reading Fences together. Hilarious. Somebody asked me, is my neighborhood good? Is my neighborhood good? I would say that this area is pretty nice. You guys see me walking every morning, 438. I don't think we ever seen any riffraff over here. There were no police incidents as I've been doing this for the last 6 months. So I would say that this is a pretty nice neighborhood. This is Stearns Park, Freeport, New York. So I would definitely say that this is a pretty nice neighborhood, a pretty nice neighborhood. Somebody said, yes, bro. Somebody said, you have Denzel here as a host. Everybody say I sound like Denzel. I guess it's a good thing. It's so funny because I've never heard that until recently when I started coming online. People come on and say, oh, you sound like Denzel. Is this Denzel? Like people say that. So at first I couldn't see it. I still can't see it. But if everybody say it, it ain't no coincidence, man. So I run with it. You know, it could be worse. It could definitely be worse. And Denzel is a legend out here in New York. Again, he's well, I think he's where he's from Westchester. No, let me not disrespect my brothers. I think he's from Mount Vernon. I do believe he's from Mount Vernon. So shout out to the people in Mount Vernon. That is a distance away from Long Island. I'm from the other side. This is Long Island, the other side of New York City. So they like north of the city, and we south of the city. We south of the city. This is Long Island. You dig? So, my man from India asked me where you coming from. I'm not coming from anywhere. I am on my way to Wizard. On my way to Wizard. Somebody said, nah, Denzel sound like this guy. He said Denzel sound like me. Y'all hilarious. Y'all hilarious. Shout out to Denzel. You know what I mean? He's definitely a legend. Uh, I'm 46, so I remember some of Denzel's best roles. I remember he played in Malcolm X. That's one of my favorite roles of Denzel. Mo Better Blues. What else Denzel was real good in? On Training Day, of course. I loved him in Training Day. Uh, the Equalizer. Denzel got some classic roles, man. He's definitely one of the best actors out there, Denzel. Another one of my favorite rappers. And shout out to my people from Boston who checked in earlier. Is my boy Matt Damon, son. You know, Matt Damon is my guy. That cat, you know, the talented Mr. Ripley. Um, he just played some of my favorite roles, man. Some of my favorite roles. You know. So we got somebody else on the check-in said it's 3:30 p.m. 3 p.m. buddy. Okay. All right. We got Gillisburg said, oh, somebody said, good morning, man. What up, my brother? That's my boy ZZ on the check-in. Somebody said some dude. That's Chick Dog again. What up? Somebody said Matt Damon, Goodwill Hunting. Facts. That's one of his best roles right there. But yeah, I really like Matt Damon. I definitely like Matt Damon, yo. I think that he plays roles where he's just different in everything. He's just different in everything. And then, what was that card movie he was in? That was official too. That card movie, I forgot the name of that, but that was definitely official. That's one of my favorite Matt Damon roles right there. You know, he definitely killed that. We got somebody else on the check-in. Somebody said beer or whiskey. I don't do either, man. I don't mess with beer and I don't mess with whiskey. My drink of choice is vodka. I do my vodka, man. I mess with vodka. That is my thing. You know, when I was younger, I used to do the Devil Springs vodka. That's like 150 proof. That stuff damn near killed me. I rock with the 151 sometimes, but now I really slowed it down. I really slowed it down because like drinking hard alcohol, like vodka and stuff like that, really mess with my stomach. So I've been drinking wine, man. I've been drinking wine. Right now, my favorite wine is pear wine, plum wine. Y'all ever had plum wine? Anybody on the chat ever had plum wine? Somebody said, what's up, dog? Why you trying to act like I don't box you up? Maverick, what up, Maverick? You back? You were supposed to meet me. Then wasn't we supposed to fight, brother? We were supposed to square off last week. You gave your location. You said you was I forgot what street you said you was on, man. I went over there and you wasn't there, Maverick. Why you dodging me, brother? You know you're gonna get these. You keep challenging me and threatening me every week. We got to get it on, my brother. So I'm gonna tell you where I'm gonna be, man. I'm gonna tell you where I'm gonna be, man. All right, I'm gonna be behind the barn on Main Street at 3 p.m., brother. You better be there, man. You better be there, my brother. You better be there. Somebody came on and said this is fine, but whiskey's quicker. He said whiskey is quicker than what, vodka? I hear you. I mean, I'm not really much of a whiskey guy. What's your favorite brand of whiskey? Maybe I will try it. Take a couple shots. You know what I mean? I be looking at those guys on Instagram, right? And they make them drinks look good, son. They be putting the barrel on there, the wood chips. They be mixing it. I always wanted to make one of those drinks, man. They definitely look good. But what's your favorite whiskey that you mess with? What's your favorite whiskey that you mess with? Somebody said, yeah, I had a doctor's appointment. Oh, you did? So you dodging me. That's like saying the dog ate your homework, Maverick. That's like saying the dog ate your homework. How you gonna challenge me, right? Tell me to be somewhere. I went down there to see you, but you wasn't there talking about you had a doctor's appointment, man. I think you scared, Maverick. You scared of me, brother? Because you're gonna get these hands. We gonna get these hands. He said, but we can do this at some point. All right, we could do it at some point. Facts. Facts. I told you I'm gonna be at 3. So meet me down there, brother. Meet me down there. All right. We got somebody else on the check-in. He said, dog ate your homework. Facts. Chloe's on the check-in. What up, Chloe? She said, hello, how are you? I am straight, Chloe. How are you? How are you feeling? How's the family? And how was that meal you cooked up? I think you told me you was making some fried chicken with what? Macaroni? It was like 2 o'clock in the morning when you said that, man. Did you wake up on time after eating such a heavy meal? You know? We got somebody else on the check-in. He said he's still down. All right, Maverick. All right, brother. All right, we're gonna see. We definitely gonna see about it. And then we got somebody else on the check-in. Greek. Yo, Greek said, oh my gosh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. We got Chloe on the check-in. She said, my family is okay. And the meal was good and everyone loved it. All right, that's what up. That's what up. Somebody that can cook. I love that. I love that, man. I definitely love that. But let's get into this game, man. Y'all seen the game last night? 29-point deficit. They came back from 29 points. And I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. I was tired last night. You know, I was definitely tired last night. So when I got in, I ate. And then I fell right to sleep, my people. I wanted to watch the game, but I fell asleep. And I woke up and it was halftime. Woke up and it was halftime. And I saw the Knicks was getting out, blown out. So I watched the first couple of plays in the third quarter, and I was like, man, I don't even want to see him lose. So I went right back to sleep. Then it's crazy. I woke up again, right? And I saw the score. It said 106 to 107 that the Knicks won. I'm like, wait, what? So I turned on my app, look at ESPN, look at some of the providers that I watch. on YouTube, and it was for sure. They came back from a 29-point deficit, man. Jesus Christ, that's what's up. That is what's up. And I like games like that because they are a surprise, man. No one likes blowouts. I don't even like blowouts for my team, you know. But this was a good game. This was definitely a good game. Again, I missed the majority of it. I did go back to look at some of the highlights of the game, but yeah, I slept through this one, y'all. I slept through this one. I didn't even see the last shot. I just saw it on ESPN that the score was 106 to 107, the final score. And I was just like, wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. So we got somebody else on the check-in. Somebody said, bro, my cat has cancer. Chloe said, imagine the people that left early in the crowd. Somebody said it was 17, start of the fourth quarter. 17 points down for the start of the fourth quarter. Yeah, on the NBA level, that's definitely hard to come back from. Definitely hard to come back from. And I'm sure people who's just like me, I was at home, I fell asleep for the rest of the game. I was like, yo, I don't even need to watch the rest of this because it's a wrap. I don't need to watch the rest of this because it's a wrap. Then we got somebody said their cat had cancer. That their cat has cancer. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I own a cat. Well, not now, but I've owned cats and I've also owned dogs. And I lost my dog about 4 or 5 years ago. My little boy Oscar. He was with us for like 12, 13 years. He was a beagle mixed with a Boston Terrier. But as he got older, he got sick. He got real sick and he could barely move. His skin was like matting up, his fur was falling off. So shout out to my little man Oscar. He will forever, forever, forever be missed. He was definitely a part of the family. Dogs, they have personalities. I love dogs. I love dogs and I love cats. I also had a cat, Ife. Shout out to my cat. The cat also passed away. But I remember my dog, it was a female dog, right? And I didn't know that dogs had their period. Y'all knew that? Y'all knew that dogs had their periods? I didn't know that because I never had female dogs. And one day, she just started bleeding out of her vagina. And I'm like, wait, what in the hell is going on? We took that the dog to the vet, and they told us that the dog had a period. And I guess that was just my ignorance. You know what I mean? I didn't know I was going crazy. Somebody said Oscar is a classic name. Yeah, that was my little man, Oscar. I used to call him Oski. That was my little man. I love me some Oscar. So rest in peace to Oscar, man. I told myself I would never, ever, ever get another dog. Like, when you fall in love with your dog, because every dog got a different personality. If you're not a dog owner or a cat owner, you don't know that. You think they just dogs, but nah, they all got their personalities. And when Oscar passed away, I told myself I would never, ever, ever get another dog, yo, because no dog could replace Oscar. Nobody could replace Oscar. But I said if I did have a kid, uh, then we would get that kid a pet, just to teach them responsibility, walking it, um, giving it food, things like that. And kids tend to like dogs and cats and stuff like that. So that would definitely be my first introduction to my kid for responsibility. And I think I moved past it. I can have another dog right now. Chick Dog said, let me go back up in the comments. Let's go. What we talking about? What we talking about? Okay, somebody said, bro, my cat had cancer. Okay, we did that. It was 17, started the fourth quarter. Okay, we spoke about that. Somebody said, hey, I'm back. I was texting my friend. All right, Chloe is back. Chloe is back. Welcome back. Somebody said Chloe back in the house. Y'all funny. Somebody said, if you see this guy on the mall, I don't know what you're talking about. Pika said, what's up? Hey, Pika, how you doing? We got somebody else. Oscar's a classic name. We did that. Somebody said, how you guys doing? They're talking to the crowd. Rest in peace to Oscar. Rest in peace, brother. Thank you very much. Pika said, what's up, dog? How you feeling, Pika? What's up? Uh, Chick Dog said she didn't know that. She didn't know that dogs had their periods, but they definitely do. They definitely do. Somebody said, yeah, you got to get them fixed. Yep. I learned that later. I definitely learned that you had to get them fixed later. I did not know that. Somebody said female dogs are better though, because male dogs will stop every 10 feet. Yeah, they will. They will. When I used to walk Oscar, Oscar be stopping at every damn tree. You're not like, Oscar, come on, man. Come on, let's go. But Oscar was a fast learner, man. He's a fast learner. And we used to take walks like around this time at night. So I used to walk with him off his leash. He knew not to run into the street. This is Long Island right here. So we got a bunch of wildlife. We get stuff like raccoons in the area. We also get possums, things like that. And Oscar used to just run around and chase them things. He thought it was fun. He really thought it was fun. We got these beagles lay flat when they don't want to do something. Yeah, they do. They definitely do. Beagles are smart. Beagles are definitely smart. Somebody said I am gay. Who called you gay, brother? Who called you gay? Somebody said, what if you get a dog for your kid and a cat for his dog? And the buck, you stupid, man. That's gonna be animal houses, bro. We don't do animal houses. I've never had a bird. Never had a bird before, you know. I'm sure birds probably got personalities too. I remember back in the day, my cousin used to have a cat, and one of the birds fell out of the nest. It was a baby bird, and the cat was messing with the dead body. Y'all gonna think I'm lying when I say this, but hell no, I ain't lying. The bird family, right, recognized this cat every single time the cat came outside for a minute, and every single time the cat would come outside from the porch, the birds would come up from the lines and go, boom, hit him, go back up, boom, hit him, come up, back up. It was like they went to war for a couple months, yo. Anytime that cat would jump off the porch or come from under a car or something like that, them birds was on them. I'm like, damn, so I ain't know birds was devious like that. But birds don't play. Also, sometimes just sit back, yo, someplace and just observe. And especially out here in New York, you see birds. They go to war sometimes, yo. And you like, what up, yo? These guys got formations. They got lookouts. Like their society is ill, yo. They got an ill ass society, but you got to pay attention to it. You know. Pika said, good man, thank you. Somebody said, take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day. That's my boy ZZ. You too, ZZ. I see you later. We got Chris. He said, be careful. My dog got sprayed twice by a skunk. Oh, damn, yo. Word, y'all got skunks over there? How are skunks temperaments? How is a skunk temperament? I'm ignorant on stuff like that, but then when I think of skunks, I think of badgers. I know badgers, wolverines, like them things ain't no damn joke. Y'all keep playing with badgers and wolverines and things like that. Them things will F you up, yo. Them things will F you up. Somebody said a parrot would be fire. I seen parrots. They be funny. Sometimes they say stuff, and I be like, "Yo, how the hell he know to say that at that point?" But shout out to birds just in general, man. I really like birds. I remember I got arrested for a DWI, y'all. I think I told you guys this, and they made me to go see a psychiatrist in order to get my license back. So I guess they want to see if you're an alcoholic. So I used to work with people with CDL, so I had to keep my license in great standard. And when I got the DWI, I got a work license in order to continue working. And one of the contingencies to keep this work license was for me to go see a psychiatrist. And I had to get them to write me a letter. And they asked me what animal would I be if I could choose any animal. And a bird was one of them that I said. I said I would be a bird. Somebody said you could keep teaching tricks too. That's what up. That's what up. Somebody said I have a dog, Peanut, and I haven't gotten my dog stuff out yet. And I'm hoping we don't, because I hope we get puppies. All right, I hope you get puppies too. Hope you get puppies too. Somebody said chicken. Somebody said poor cat. Facts. It was a poor cat. That cat was getting terrorized. Somebody said, Chloe, I hope your dog gets his groove on. Y'all stupid, yo. Somebody said, if you ever see crows, feed them always. All right. If I ever see crow, to feed them always. I think I saw a YouTube video about that, where they, in their society, they tell their friends about you. If you feed them, they might bring you gifts and stuff like that. Is that stuff true? I don't know. I seen the videos. I tend to want to believe it, but we shall see. My boy Big Mont came on. He said we had two cats pecked to death by blue jays. When I get out of here, man, you lying, son. Ain't no way your two cats get pecked to death by some damn blue jays. You fronting, son. No way. No way. He said sorry for your loss. My boy said his bird passed away last week. Damn, bro. You just got everything packed up against you. Your cat got cancer. Your bird passed away last week. This is crazy. Somebody said birds are cool, but parrots live for like 70 years. Damn, that's crazy. But all right, y'all, I got to get up out of here. Thanks everybody for checking in. I got 4 minutes to make it over there to the train station. I'll catch y'all cats Tomatis, thank you for checking in. Uh, See y'all later, man.